Hello, I'm Anthony Mendez, and today I'm going to talk about the case study of the Southwood case study. Um, so the main thing on the biggest barriers for successful training session, I would say that it's everyone has a different way of learning. So you want to make sure you attend to those people that learn differently. So this is like either doing like a direct style of teaching or indirect style or formal, informal, or even like using PowerPoints or even using demonstrations. I think that's key. So you want to attend to everyone's different styles. Before a training session, I would try to get the age of the main people that I'm training, age, and a little bit about the background. That way, I have an idea of what I'm working with. Somebody who's younger, I would try to keep their attention more. I would attend to their attention. And somebody who's older, I would be more descriptive. I would ensure that they know what I'm talking about because older people tend to want more information, more details. So I would be more detailed about things. Um, but a few advantages and disadvantages of having an external person coming to train is that an advantage is that they usually know more. They usually they know the information from a uh, higher job placement perspective, as in a boss or upper management. So they would know, they would have a lot of information, and also they would know what they want to establish within the company. So they would want to train in order to get to that point. One of the disadvantages is that they won't be familiar with the employees. Like they won't be familiar with the trainees. They will probably lack connection with the employees. So that's the one thing they won't know how to attend to teaching them because of that. To ensure that the training is transferred properly and effectively, I would make sure that I'm using as many different types of training methods in order to get to everyone. Like I said, I would use hands-on, especially. I feel like hands-on is one of the main ones. Also, I feel like demonstration's huge, so I would use demonstration as well. So I would think that that would really be impactful. And the way I would evaluate my training session would be, I would ensure I would do, I would have employees take tests afterwards, and throughout the year in order to retain information. I would want them to retain as much information as possible. That way they always keep learning, and that way they are proficient at their job. And the longer they stay, the better they are at the job. I did notice that there was Dessler's 5 steps were used. One of the main ones is that they tried things out and then they fixed it, which was like trial and error. It mentioned that the year prior that it was very ineffective, and that this year they're going to be more. They were more detailed. They changed it up. One of the main things they did was they planned out the whole training session in order for everyone to know what they're going to be trained on. And I think that's important because in order for an employee to come into a class or to a training session, it's important they know what they're going to learn, and that way you train your mind to be ready to learn that information. I do believe e-learning is important. Um, this way, everyone is able to learn. It's required more flexibility, more. It allows everyone to have an opportunity to learn the same thing. I believe that informal learning is more effective rather than experimental learning. Informal learning is more informative. It's more you learn the information, and I believe that's very important for a business. That every trainee learns each thing. Each trainee learns how to knows the information in and out and understands it. And I do believe that experiential learning is also important, but for me, I would say informal learning is just more valuable. And that concludes my case study. Thank you.